All right, and welcome back to Main Street Prowlers. We're here today with Matt Graham, and we are live from Big Boys in Fort Gratiot, where starting on Thursday, they'll have half off their appetizers, 8 to close. So, thank you for coming on the show, Matt Graham.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Let's start off with a quick question. How was your summer this?
Busy. Joe and I have been extremely busy with everything that, has to go into running the team and stuff. So, it's been, once the guys get out of town and go home, it's moving stuff out of the apartments and then starting to sell and, like all the dasher boards, all the signs, everything like that. So, it's been that all summer, and then it's just been starting to get back to normal a little bit. All the players are going to be starting to come pretty soon. But yeah, I mean, got a week vacation in there in the summer. Went to California, went to New York one time. So I mean, I got away a little bit, but yeah, it's been busy summers.
So just like a normal job.
Right. Yeah. I mean, well, it's probably more than a normal job.
All right.
Joe jokes that we work 50, 60 hours a week. So.
With training camp coming up, we've had a few questions about that. Like, I know you've tried to put as much info out as possible,
Right?
But with the people tuning in, we want to know if it's a public viewed kind of camp.
Right. So yeah. So it'll be open to the public. Times they'll probably be posted in the next few days. Here we have. Free agent camp this weekend first, so we've been kind of focusing on that and the times with that and getting itineraries out to the guys. We did just send itineraries out to the players coming to training camp last week, so yeah, it'll run just like a normal week really. It's going to be 10 o'clock in the morning, probably for an hour and a half, and then we'll have another ice session at 2. But yeah, we're going to have a few workouts mixed in there and stuff, so it might switch things up, but I know Monday through Friday next week, with the exception of Tuesday, we'll be on the ice at 10 a.m. and then likely 2 a.m. Or 2 p.m. Sorry.
That'd be early if it was 2 a.m.
Hey, can never get enough ice time, I guess.
Right. And people have been wondering what would be the cost of the free agent camp.
Like to participate in free agent camp?
Yes.
So we are. It is open to basically anyone with hockey background. It's $250. Yeah, it's a good opportunity for players who have never played professional hockey or who have played college or juniors and want to try to break into professional hockey. It's a good opportunity for them to take the unconventional route and get seen. And in the past, just to give you guys an idea of players that have made it here from free agent camp, or guys like Austin Federle, Nathan Robson. Trying to think. There's a couple more, but yeah, I mean there are success stories from it. So there's quite a few people that have made it before. So.
We're happy that Austin Federle definitely got on the team, being the hometown hero of us too.
Right. Yeah. Well, no, Austin does a great job. He's really skilled. He's slippery out there. He gets through people and stuff like that. And yeah, he's skilled players.
It definitely helps being 5'6".
Yeah, right. And a lot of times he hides behind other people and they don't see him.
And for the players that have already signed up to go, what should they expect from you guys to put them through in the free agent camp?
So, without giving away too much, I guess, it's going to be basically run them through a little quick practice, and then they're going to get right into game situations. We'll have some scrimmages. Yeah, there won't be off-ice testing or anything like that, really. It'll just be generally Joe and myself watching them play and seeing how they perform in a game situation.
Well, for right now, we definitely want you guys to chime in with your questions right now. While we're waiting for questions really quick from our viewers, we want to ask you a few, some rapid-fire questions right now.
Okay.
Who was your favorite player to watch?
Professionally?
Yes.
So growing up, I had some weird favorite players. It started with probably Oleg Tverdovsky, which is a defenseman from the Anaheim Ducks. And I like Joffrey Lupul and Ryan Shannon, I guess. So smaller guy, Ryan Shannon. Yeah, I mean, I'm a smaller guy, so gotta look up to those guys.
And who was your favorite player to play with?
I mean, probably Brandon Barkhouse, because I played with him for so long. We grew up together playing youth hockey and midgets and stuff, and then played together college. And yeah, just kind of seem to find each other everywhere professionally too. So.
So, who was your favorite team to watch professionally?
I'm a Ducks fan, so I like watching the Ducks. Even though the last few years they've played pretty boring hockey, this year they seem to be playing a little more exciting hockey. So I'm a Ducks fan.
Yeah, they had some of the best jerseys of the '90s. So,
They brought them back this year with the orange ones, right? So they wore them, I think, Saturday night. They're orange with the old Ducks logo, and then like the flying D on their shoulders.
I personally love the purple ones the best. So,
Yeah. Well, I grew up playing for the junior Ducks, and we wore those jerseys like growing up. So from like
Nice.
mites to midgets, I was wearing those purple jerseys.
Who was your favorite team to play with?
It's a tough question, but probably 2 years ago, the team I was on here. It was just a great group of guys, and we had a lot of fun. I mean, like that was probably one of the most fun seasons I've had, and we just came up short, but it was a good year. Had fun.
So, one of the out of the blue questions: your favorite color?
Orange or blue?
Favorite music?
I listen to anything really, but probably country, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I listen to everything really.
I got a question. Here's a question. Who was your favorite all-time hockey player?
All time? I don't know. I liked Oleg Tverdovsky the longest, so probably him, I guess I'd say.
And then Sean Patterson. He's like, "What's up?"
Like the Bud Light commercial? Wow,
Yeah. On that note, what was your favorite movie?
I don't know. I mean, I like funny movies. I like Wedding Crashers, old school, stuff like that. I don't know. Owen Wilson, Vince Vaughn, they're both funny guys, so The Internship, I guess.
Some great movies, but
Yeah.
who do you choose to? Who do you think will go all the way and win the Stanley Cup this year?
Well, I hope Anaheim, but I don't know. I mean, I think Vegas is really good. I don't know in the Eastern Conference. I don't. Maybe Pitt. Well, Pitt and Malkin just got hurt, so I don't know about Pittsburgh. But Toronto looks good. Anyone but Boston. I hate Boston sports. So I played college out there for 4 years, and I just can't stand their fans.
But they're even worse than Philadelphia.
No, I tell those guys like I like Yankees fans better than you guys, 'cause, like, and that's got to say something.
Oh, that must have gotten you a lot of hate over there.
Well, I lived with two guys from Boston in college and stuff like that, and that was in like when they were the city of champions, right? So they were winning every championship every year, and it was nice when I got to watch them get eliminated from the playoffs sometimes with those guys, and they were just having meltdowns.
So, other than the Prowlers, who do you pick to would go all the way to win the FHL?
That's such a tough question because, like, you don't know who's on. You don't know how teams are going to perform yet. I mean, I can only speak to like what we've put together here, and I think we have a really solid team, really solid group. All the new guys coming in, mixed with like the guys that we have from last year and whatnot. Like Robertson's coming back, Dalton Jay, adding Webs, and some other guys to the mix. It's. I mean, other than us. I don't know, Danbury's probably putting together a pretty good team. I'd say Columbus should put together a pretty good team. But I think that's to be expected. So.
All right. On that, we want your thoughts about the coming up season, going on the road for the first few weeks.
It seems to start that way every year, ever since like even when my first year in the league when I was with the Watertown Privateers, that was in like 2013. There's 4 teams in the league at the time, and every weekend you were driving on that bus riding on the bus. I mean, now we're driving it, but you're riding on that bus for probably 14 hours every weekend, and you'd go play in Dayton, Ohio. You'd come right back the next night, play at home, and then you'd go right down to Danbury, Connecticut. So I mean, you were always on the bus. But every year it seems like you're on the bus more and more, and I don't know. I mean, like last 2 years we started on the road just because they don't want to start us at home for some reason, But no, it'll be good. I mean, the good thing about starting on the road is that you get 2 weeks, 3 weeks under your belt to get together and get some camaraderie as a team, and then you come back home and you hopefully have it all together at that point to put on a good showing for the fans at home.
And
So what was that question he was supposed to answer from Joe about the bus? You remember?
No.
That was his question.
Joe, pipe in.
Something that happened on the bus.
Oh, I have no idea.
There must have been a lot though that happened on the bus though.
Yeah, the bus is the bus is a sacred place, and we don't speak about what happens on the bus.
What happens on the bus stays on the bus.
It's like Vegas. Yeah. Except what happens on the bus doesn't always stay on the bus, I guess.
Well, let's just end it right there then. Because we might not want to know exactly some personal aspects too.
Right. Yeah, we're all really close on there, so it's without speaking of it, I guess.
With the upcoming schedule, who do you think will be your hardest fought battle?
Well, I mean, we play Columbus so many times, so I have to say them. And I think with what they're putting together down there, they'll have a solid team. So I mean, it's gonna be tough anytime you play them all season, but especially the fact that we play them so often early on. Yeah, it's just gonna be a battle every night, probably with them.
And they definitely have Scott Brand, who led up Carolina last year,
Right.
winning the championship. So having him especially come in on the home opener weekend too.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, Scott's he's a genius marketer. He does a great job with any market he's ever gone into, and it'll be no different down there. I don't know how much of the team he puts together, but more so with the marketing and filling the stands. He does a great job with that. So.
On that aspect too, with last year's MVP currently up in I believe it's ECHL. No, the SPHL tryout. Do you believe everything will get easier since?
Who was last year's MVP?
Josh.
Say that? Yeah, Dutch Antonio. I mean, I don't know. It's tough to say. I mean, I don't think he's not. He's a good player. He's a solid player. He's an all-around player. I don't think he has that big of an effect on the game when it comes to being a difference maker in that sense. But I wish him luck there. I played with him in Danbury, and he's a good guy, and he's a good all-around player. But no, I don't think that'll make the league easier by any means. I think that just means someone else is going to step up, and someone else is going to have a great season. I mean, it seems like every year there's guys putting up 100 points, and it's just a matter of who it is, and then who they vote to be MVP.
Do we have another question, guys?
Nope.
Okay.
Is,
You're just-
John Rhodes.
He put good to have
Yeah,
Matt
good to have Matt
Robertson
Robertson
back.
back.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Robo's a great guy. He's the pulse of the team sometimes. He's a veteran. He's a leader. And I mean, he's a 200-foot player. He plays both ends of the puck, and that's not something you always see with guys who put up as many points as him.
Yeah.
It's good to have him back. I mean, that's probably one of my other favorite people to play with that I played with. I'd say is Matt Robertson, Brandon Barkhouse, guys like that.
Who's one of your least favorite to play with, or even against?
Just say Joe.
I don't have to play with Joe. Joe plays defense. Yeah, I guess Joe when I play defense. I don't know. I mean, you're gonna have to let me think about that. Let's come back to that, I guess.
All right. On that aspect too, what was the hardest arena to ever play in?
The hardest arena to ever play in that I've played in?
Yes.
In any league or just this league?
Just anything.
Well, I don't think any's too hard to play in, but I can speak to a story I know about Danbury, I guess. So my first year I played in this league, I was in Watertown with Brandon Parkhouse, actually. I keep referring to it, right? It's one of my best friends. So I went and started playing in Slovakia, and he went and played in Danbury, Connecticut when he was in Watertown. And he said he came off the ice, and he had never seen anything like this, but he gets off the ice, and this fan's yelling at him, giving him the bird, and then the fan spits on him. And he just lost his mind. So I guess Danbury's kind of a hard place to play. And I've never played my first year I played against them in that arena. and it was a tough place to play. But then when I played there, I didn't have to deal with any of that as an opposing player. So I don't know. I mean, I guess that's a tough place to play.
I guess you'll get a lot of that this year, right?
Right? Yeah.
On that note, how is it to actually work under Joe Pace too?
It's good. I mean, it's nice. He's kind of taught me, everything he knows about running an organization and stuff like that. And I have to say that, I've learned quite a bit since I've been doing this. I went to college for business, and I thought I learned a lot there, but it's never the same as when you actually get thrown into the fire and like start doing it. So I mean. Like I tell Joe all the time, I go, like if you and I ever try to get jobs anywhere else or anything like that, and like whenever, like in like 20 years or something, I go, they're gonna be like, what'd you do at your previous position? I'll be like, you're not gonna believe this, but I did this, social media, Photoshop, sales, marketing. We actually put up the dasher boards in the arena signage. We're gonna be hanging downtown banners on boom lifts. They're gonna be like, what? I don't believe that. There's no way you had time to do that.
I guess you have a great repertoire though.
I guess jack of all trades. I guess right? They'll just be like, "What was your position?" Like jack of all trades.
Speaking of Austin Federley, he's on right now.
He told me this morning he'd be tuning in. So,
Or as they say, another name is Renaissance Man.
Renaissance
we
Man?
We have many titles.
yeah. Well, yeah, it's not just one title, right? You're just director of everything, or manager of everything, I guess. Federley's probably on there trying to listen and write down the questions, so he's prepared for it.
Wait.
Well, that ain't gonna work, Federley, because we change them up.
I got a question.
Okay, hang on.
What team was your favorite in hockey from Jeremy Payer? I think you already answered that one. And then Bella Lagoose wants to know, can we get Parkhouse off the golf course and back on the Prowlers? Then can we get his crazy brother back in the stands? East side. I don't know.
East uppers.
Well, he's coaching golf right now at a golf performance place in California. So that's what he's referring to there. And then his brother enjoys himself when he comes here. So I think he only comes on $1 beer night.
I mean, that's probably the best night to come, right?
I guess.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm sweating my butt over in here.
Right?
We'll be right back, and give us 1 minute. I am gonna try. All right, welcome back, guys. So let's start with our actual, the most recent player besides Robertson that joined the team. You got Brad Holman through a trade.
Yeah.
What made you guys want to go out and seek for him more specifically?
Well, his agent actually contacted us because the situation there, they have a lot of guys coming into Watertown, and the situation here's a lot different than that. We're trying to get a group of 30 guys together and then build a team based off like what information we've gathered on them. Whereas they're doing a little different. I mean, like, who's to say which way's right? But they're painting a broader brush, and they're going to have more bodies at camp, more people there, and they're going to try to see what they have. Whereas we kind of filter the process through. So when they reached out, they told us about him. We did our research on him and looked him up and whatnot, and he seems like a good player. So yeah, we're definitely interested, and we chose to acquire him in that trade. So.
All right. So it's hopefully he's a well fit, or good fit. Sorry.
Yeah.
On another note to it, I know we had a lot of people confused on the wording too, on the transaction page just recently about Joe's suspension.
Yeah.
I believe it was
a carryover from the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they just added all the suspensions from the playoffs from last year. It's a carryover from, slashing or
spearing.
spearing? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I thought he pushed the guy or punched him or something like that. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, he shouldn't be suspended 5 games, I'll say that.
Right.
It's not, it wasn't worth that at all. And, maybe it still gets overturned, so we'll see in the coming weeks,
Right. But to even start off the season without him, though, it's going to be a huge hit.
Oh, yeah, it's tough. I don't know. Was he suspended at the start of last season? Or no, it might have been the year before, I think.
In one of the recent seasons, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't remember.
I think it was 2 seasons ago, my first year here, I think he was suspended.
Yeah,
for
it
10
was
games
because
or
it
something like that.
came from the Watertown Port Huron finals where he suspended through.
No, I think it's Danbury Port Huron finals, wasn't it? Or I don't know.
So
maybe,
that would have been
maybe you're right.
4 years ago.
Yeah.
We played.
So.
Yeah, we won the league in our
2006.
first year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd been
And
16.
the year after, we didn't make the playoff. And the year before, we made it to the finals against Watertown.
Yep, and then last year.
And last year.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I don't know. I think he started one of the seasons suspended as well, but hopefully it doesn't happen this year,
Right. Especially as being on the road, too.
Yeah, it'll be tough, especially because it's one of the first games of the season. We need you need the coach on the bench. I mean, whether he's playing or not, you need the guidance there and stuff, and it's tough, especially right out of the gate. So.
Right. Last year, you had James Robson on the bench for some of the games. Will we see something similar on the bench?
It depends on the night, honestly. I mean, those guys are just an extension of Joe and myself, So we speak with them, they relay our message to them, and they're good hockey minds as well, so they know a little bit, or they know about the game, and they have good hockey IQ. So I mean, last year we had Brad Townsend come out a few times. Paul Arnott was on the bench in the playoffs because he was hurt. I got hurt for a while. I was on the bench. I think Dalton Jay might have been on the bench one game. But yeah, I mean. To be honest, I mean, I think people make a bigger deal out of it than it actually is. Because I mean, if there's a guy up there in a suit or there's a guy back there in gear, everyone's still taking direction from one person, and everyone knows who's in charge. And you're not gonna have. You gotta have 20 guys in here who's gonna buy into that, and if you don't, then you gotta get rid of those guys.
Right.
And that's something that we dealt with last year, and we got rid of the guys that didn't want to buy into it. And I mean, we'll do the same this year if there's guys that don't want to buy in. But,
He had 12 games your first year.
yeah.
Crystal just posted it. Yeah.
That.
Thanks, Crystal. Our memories are terrible sometimes.
All of them.
But it helps since she was the trainer that year, too, though.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, with the first 4 years, too, this is a personal question of mine.
Okay.
The first 4 years we saw Mitt's birthday bash
Yep.
And I know I've had a few people in my ear about this too. They're wondering why there isn't a Mitt's Birthday Bash being promoted this year.
Well, it is being promoted. They're still doing Mitz's Birthday Bash. It's going to be on January 18th, I think, which is the Silver Six night. And that's the Advia giveaway night as well. So, yeah, they're back on sponsoring Mitz's Birthday Bash. There's like a hold up in finalizing the date of everything. So, I mean, that's why it didn't make it on the promotional schedule. But, yeah, we will get something out here shortly promoting that as well. The goal this year is to get all of our games events on Facebook. So if we can do that, then more people might know about it and stuff, and we can cross promote it with Facebook like, that way too, by boosting posts and stuff. But yeah, I think that's.
I've had people ask about if they're going to bring back a mascot night where a bunch of mascots come from different local restaurants with like broomball on the ice or something.
Right, and I think that's Mitz's Birthday Bash, and like in the past they've done that. I think 2 years ago it was a good night. Yeah. But this goes back to the staff that we have on board, right? So I mean, last year, Joe and myself were doing it and trying to prepare for the game and everything like that. So I couldn't call the Tigers and be like, "Hey, can you invite the mascot out? Hey, can we get Rory out here too? From the Lions or whatnot." But no, I mean, this year we have that guy Jeremy, who I told you guys about, who's going to be director of broadcasting, and he's helping out a lot. He's done very well in his first week, but he'll be helping us with stuff like that, so we'll be more on top of it. And we do expect to have a bigger event for Mitz's birthday this year.
And then you also have Crystal now more behind the scenes as well.
Yep.
The singer Crystal, not Crystal Wagner.
You mean Cheryl McCoy?
Yeah,
Cheryl
sure.
McCoy, sorry.
Yep, yeah.
Sorry, Cheryl, I didn't mean to.
Yeah, right. I was like, who are you talking about?
Speaking of Crystal Wagner, she asked, what do you like to eat for a pregame meal or even when you're on the road?
I mean, when we're on the road, we usually try to stop and get, I know in Watertown, Joe loves going to Longhorn Steakhouse, and that's a great deal that we have there, so that's always a good meal. But, I don't know, generally in town, when Johnson was here last year, him and I would go to, Olive Garden. Well, Robertson would go as well, and then Austin Doe the year before. Yeah, I mean, Olive Garden, or, just anything really, just chicken, pasta, stuff like that.
Awesome. We do have Kevin Samuelson saying hi. And
What's up, Kev? Happy birthday. It was your birthday, I think, yesterday or the day before. And, yeah, big fan of the team, Kev.
Oh, yeah.
definitely glad to have you around for the games, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we all see him down there. He's giving us pounds on the glass and stuff like that. And, all the boys get pumped up. They're like, oh, what's up, Kev? So it's good to have him down there.
So he's like your own personal kind of mascot. So that's
Yeah, not mascot, but he more of a an inspiration or pep
Super
guy,
fan.
You know what I mean? Yeah, he's definitely a fan. So yeah.
Let's get back to more of the people that were just recently signed or that you want to bring back in.
Okay.
Kevin Porter.
Yeah, Kevin Porter. He's kind of interesting. He doesn't have a long hockey resume or he hasn't played at the highest level, but he did start playing when he was I think 18 or something like that. And I read up on his story a little bit. He was supposed to come here 2 years ago, my first year here, when we had a huge training camp. I don't know what happened, but he ended up not coming. And I've kind of a few of us have kind of followed him since then, seen him training and stuff like that on Facebook, right, Instagram. And the guy works really hard. Has a lot of intensity, and he wants it real bad. And I think that's something that's kind of interesting into this. It's something that's kind of interesting into this is the fact that you don't see many guys like that who have that intensity and can play that role at this level. I mean, everyone at this level is trying to be a goal scorer or trying to be a point guy, and not too many people can buy into something like that, and that's something that we look to see from him. So.
Question is, would you like to see a adoptive player program come back this year? Also, does it help, and what could make it better?
No, I like the adoptive player program. I mean, I would say maybe something of a hybrid from that perspective, because it's more about getting the guys everything they need on road trips, not necessarily adopting one player. So, I mean, if everyone pooled their stuff together, that might work a little better. Instead of trying to find 18 people to sponsor 18 guys, if you can say hey, you're adopting a player, and maybe they've tried this before, I don't know. maybe like adopt a player, but then what they do is they just pull it all together and then put it in a box. Because I mean, like some of the guys, it works out really well. Some of the guys get a lot of good stuff, and then some of the guys are like, what? Like, how did we get all that, you know? So, I mean, but, like, we're good about it on the bus and stuff. We share all of our stuff with everyone. But, no, I mean, I'd say, like, I think adopt a player is great, and, like, just pulling it together maybe might be even a little better. So.
And then Chris's sisters asked, have you ever played in any other league?
Yeah, so my first year, well, I played NCAA, which is college. And then I started out in the SPHL with Peoria my first year, played 3 games. Came down here, and then I went and played in Slovakia for 3 years. So played in Europe, and then also went to Sweden and France for a week or 2. And then I came back to this league, and I've just been content with staying here ever since. It's more along the lines of, you know, like, I don't want to fight for my life and my job every single day, you know? Like, we're here, it's like, you know, you can get comfortable places, you know, and it's good, so.
Scott says, any word if more players' jerseys will be for sale at the games this year? We have been trying to get 1 or 2 for the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, so I mean, that's something that we always have. I mean, they're going to be putting them up at the merchandise booth. Hopefully they're a little more reasonably priced this year too. We just threw out some more on auction today on the LiveSource app, so that's a good way of getting jerseys as well. We try to price them at all different price points so that, you know, anyone can really afford them, you know what I mean? Like, we try to put the more premier players, like, obviously a higher price, because, you know, guys like Matt Robertson and stuff, their jerseys are more wanted and stuff, you know? So, yeah, I mean, I think right now on there, I think you're looking it up, but I think right now we have some road jerseys from last season, and I know we have, I want to say Paul Arnott's jerseys up there. Let's see, he's got them right here.
Yep.
We got Austin Doe. His is on there for $190 right now. We got Kasich up there, who's in Danbury, for $160. An old school Miles McCauley on there for $130. We've had that for a while, so you know.
I believe that's from the second season.
Yeah. So then Tom Kilgore from last season, and then Paul Arnott as well. So I mean, they kind of hit all different price points. They range from $130 to $190, and there's some $170s in there, $160s. So I mean, it's about trying to give everyone the opportunity to buy stuff like that, you know, and like. That's the ultimate goals, obviously, because, I mean, you want to see, if you look at, like, Winnipeg or Calgary and stuff, they have the sea of red there, right? But the thing is, in the NHL and at all these levels, they have fans that are decked out in jerseys and stuff. And how cool would that be if you look up and, like, almost every single Prowlers fan's wearing some sort of Prowlers merchandise or a jersey, you know?
And definitely more well-priced than what we've seen in recent years, too.
Yeah, and I mean, like, that's something that, like, Joe and I have spoken about. It's about getting more jerseys out there, not so much making money off these things, you know. I mean, obviously, like, I don't think we're going to survive off jersey sales, but, you know, that does help on, like, times where we need, like, a guy might need an extra stick, or, you know, like, a bus might run out of gas, or, you know, something like that. So.
Right, especially with Joe saying in the last episode where you don't even get your season ticket sales until after the new year.
Yeah, so that's how that works, and yeah, it's tough. But.
That's the way how Boyarn runs, so unfortunately.
Well, I mean, that's just the lease agreement they have with them, and I mean, it's nice when we get that in January or whatever. So, I mean, right now it sucks, but like then it's good.
Yeah,
so.
Especially since in recent years where you've had the least amount of games is like January, February too, like home games.
Right, but I think this year we're loaded up in January.
Yes,
so,
that's a lot of people are happy about that too.
Yeah, but I mean it's tough though because of silver sticks and stuff. So it's you know, I mean we gotta work with the rink schedule, and then they have to work with the ice that's available, and they have one guy in some dark room at the league meetings trying to figure it all out, like it's an algorithm, and it's crazy. It's
I worked the silver stick tournament.
Yeah. The silver stick tournament's great, but yeah. But yeah, I mean, the guy that's in there trying to figure out the schedule and stuff is pretty insane.
Especially
says hi, Amber.
My sister says hi. Amber. Well, it's my sister's birthday today too, so happy birthday.
Well, I guess this would be the best time to actually do your whole spiel to her, right?
Right. No, I'll talk to her later. But,
So, what's your favorite promotion coming up this year?
I'm really interested in see so the dog night actually, and that's because I have a dog Briz who will be coming to that game as well. He's a beagle, but No, I'm interested to see how that works out. I think that's interesting because like I just got a dog last year, and then this summer, my girlfriend and I went down to Utica and went to the USPBL game that allowed dogs at the game, and it's kind of interesting because we thought about it. Then we're like, if we'll drive an hour down to Utica or 45 minutes, how far will people come to bring their dogs to like a Prowlers game, right? So I mean, if you can make it that big of an event and you can get publicity out there and market it the correct way, I mean, why couldn't that game be sold out, right? I mean, there could be 1,800 dogs there. Who knows, right?
Right.
So, no, it'll be interesting. But that game, that's definitely my favorite promotion that we're having. Some of the other ones we're doing a specialty game for the law enforcement torch run, Special Olympics benefiting them. We've been talking with Kyle Bailey and doing a Recycle Life game again this year. Silver Sticks main event's always a fun one because that's you get all the rowdy kids in there from the Silver Sticks tournament. And then we're going to do a baseball game at the end of the year. So we're going to wear Prowlers baseball uniforms out there on the ice, and that'll be a fun night as well. So.
Somebody's the one that asked about the jerseys, also asking the ability to order custom jerseys could be helpful in the situation if paid for in full.
Right, but no, definitely, I agree. But the tough part about ordering custom jerseys is where we order our jerseys from. You have to order them in bulk. So we have to order them from Jog in I think it's Taiwan. And we have to put in orders of 12 or more. So, I mean, that's something that Joe and I have been tossing around this year as well, is trying to group together order forms and stuff. But the tough part is it's like taking someone's order form and then being like, we got to wait for 10 more. And then we gotta wait for 9 more. Like, well, we're gonna be ordering them soon though. No, but I mean that's something that that we can definitely talk about and possibly put into production like maybe next summer, where at the beginning of the summer we start taking orders for jerseys, just to have them in time for the start of the season next year. But no, I mean like that's something that could still happen this year as well though too, because we've had some other inquiries about it, and we what we're doing now is we're taking names down. Writing phone numbers down, and then we're going to hold off and see if we can put together an order and such.
So that's fair enough.
I think so, right? I mean, that's the honest answer. So.
Right.
With I know a few people have also asked me and coming up season, since you guys have been in talks about coming in. For another 5 years, would we ever see a Star Wars night again?
Yeah, definitely. I know Joe loves doing nights like Star Wars nights and stuff. But the hardest part is finding people to support that night, right? So I mean, that's something that we got to start getting on in the middle of the summer. Trying to find sponsors for that. Star Wars night's always a fun night. Yeah, I mean, like we've kicked around a few ideas this year where like baseball night's one that's stuck because training camp with the Detroit Tigers in March or late April, So yeah, Star Wars night's a possibility for sure.
Awesome. Oh, it's I know in the first year we had those specialty jerseys too, which were actually probably one of my favorite jerseys that you guys ever wore.
Star Wars ones?
Yes, and that's there's an orange with backpacks of the troopers.
Right. Yeah, they're stormtrooper jerseys.
Yes.
I know we've touched on a couple of the new teams, but what are your thoughts on the league expanding to, was it 10 teams now?
Yep, 10.
Yeah, it's I think it's good. It's good for the league, obviously. I mean, I think we have as many teams as the SPHL now, and it's kind of funny because I mean, I feel like they feel threatened by it a little bit. No one ever thought, I guess, that the league would be at 10 teams and be stable at 10 teams, but here we are, right? So. No, I think it's good. I think it's good to have diversity. I mean, you're not seeing the same teams here every single night. I think this year, we play Columbus at home the most, and it's just unfortunate that it's bulked into the schedule how it is. But I mean, like I said, the guy in the dark room and the algorithms and trying to figure out like how like travel works out best for everyone. That's just the way it worked out. But no, I mean, it's you'll never. I don't think you ever see teams here 2 weekends in a row other than Columbus. It's a different team every weekend, and. Yeah, it should be good. I mean, we should get a lot more people out there because of that, I think, too. So.
At least it's not as bad as the amount of times in a row we played, like, St. Clair Shores.
Well, that was just...
How many weekends in a row was that?
Yeah, that was just rivalry season, right? I think that was the year before I was here. I think when I was in...
And now Sunday Fulton.
I was in Danbury that year, and yeah, it's...
You guys got
I didn't have to experience that. We played Berlin quite a bit that year.
that year. You guys had to face Nick Wright a lot, so that was
In Berlin?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I know a lot of people from Cornwall hated that too. So
what?
seeing Berlin a lot.
I see. I didn't mind Berlin. I probably liked playing Cornwall less than them. I mean, funny story from that year actually. So we went up there, and we had Junior Harris on our team at the time, who actually used to play here.
Yes.
And Joe Cannon and Kluche went out there, and our backup goalie was talking smack to like Kluche, and he goes, "You're gonna pay for this." And he goes out there and he jumps someone, and then Junior Harris is in there trying to help out, and then Joe Cannon's going after him. And he's like, "I'm not gonna fight you," and grabs his stick and puts it over his head like he's gonna hit him with it. And it was pretty comical. It was unlike anything I had ever seen, and I credit that to just only here, I guess, right?
You gotta love the fights from the FHL.
Right, but I mean, like, where else are you gonna see that? You know?
Right.
And it's like, it's good and bad at the same time. Like, I'm sure Joe would say, no publicity is bad publicity. So,
Slap shot, maybe.
right?
Movie.
Yeah, in the movie.
That's one question you didn't ask him that you were. I thought you would. What is your favorite hockey movie?
Trail.
I don't know. I want to see the Russian 5 one. I haven't seen that one yet. But Slapshot's good. I mean, they're all good. Mystery Alaska is a good movie. Yeah, probably Mystery Alaska or Slapshot, I guess.
Yeah. Russian 5 was good, and just leave it to Darren McCarty to be the only person to drop an F-bomb in the entire movie.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
He just
You
doesn't
just
care.
ruined the movie for me.
But do you honestly expect anything less from McCurdy though?
No, not at all. I've met him once. He came up here, I think 2 years ago, and came in our I think we were playing North Shore, but he came in the locker room between periods, and he's like, "I've never seen anything like this." And I was like, "Oh yeah, what's up, man?"
Him and Malpe absolutely love coming up here though.
Yes.
They love Port Huron, and I know Malpe has coached a lot of teams that came through the Silver Six as well.
Yes.
Okay.
So
I know Draper coached a couple Silver Six teams because his son was playing for him.
Right, and I think 2 years ago I saw Marty St. Louis here too. So Marty St.
I
Louis
got
has been
to
in here.
actually get Draper's autograph after one of the games. You know, the one year, because you know he like you said, he don't mind doing autographs, but he wants to focus on the game too, because he's here to coach.
Right. Yeah,
Right.
definitely. Yeah, I mean,
I've seen Ty Domi here when his son Max was playing.
okay.
TSN insider Darren Drager was here one time.
Okay.
This
Scotty
is-
Bowman was
Coffee's
here.
been here.
Huh?
Coffee's been here.
Yeah.
Scotty Bowman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's a huge tournament, right? So I mean, yeah, you get a lot of these guys who are there, and like you never know in 10 years who you're gonna be saying you saw like last year or this year. So
Yeah.
Right.
I get to see a lot of them. Like I said, because this is my 10th year working the tournament.
yeah,
So McDougal, he likes to ref a lot still.
yeah. Well, he refs the summer league over at Glacier, and saw him every Sunday on Federley's team. So
Yeah.
So, to keep, that's another question I forgot, is how do you keep yourself in shape during the summer?
it's tough. I mean, trying to squeeze workouts in between like sales and marketing and stuff, you know. But
And playing in the dunk tank.
yeah, swimming in the dunk tank, I guess, or floating around in there, or whatever. So we actually started working at this local CrossFit place this year, Obscurus Fitness, and we just posted it recently that we partnered up with them, and so Joe and myself have been trying to get in there quite a bit. Before that, the YMCA obviously, and then like I had a membership at Cutting Edge, but just trying to get in the gym as much as possible, trying to stay on the ice as much as possible. But ice is hard to come by here in the summer, so
Right.
yeah, more so the gym.
Amber Birch asked, who's your favorite Wings player?
Well, she wants me to say Dylan Larkin, but I'm going to have to say Tyler Bertuzzi.
So what do you think of the roller hockey coming?
It'll be interesting. I mean, I saw, who was it, John Blum, right? I saw him today over at the rink and spoke with him a bit. He was watching the skate this morning. I think he was doing some other stuff. But it'll be interesting. I mean, I don't know.
Well, I guess what I'm asking is that I an option for some of you guys to to get your workout during the summer to try and be on the teams?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, if guys play roller hockey and stuff, like I played a little roller hockey this summer with Paul Arnott and then Federley down in Flint. So I would drive down there every Sunday morning, drive back here, and then play ice hockey in the afternoon. But yeah, it's definitely a possibility. I mean, it depends on like what the caliber of play is and stuff like that, I guess. But yeah, I mean, they're supposed to be getting some really pretty high quality players. So we'll see what happens, though. I mean, they. I don't want to say they have a long way to go, but they're just trying to get off the ground right now. So they have a combine camp. I think I saw coming up soon.
Yes.
And then we'll see. Like at the end of the season, I guess we can address things like that.
Well, they did get Jeff Blum from the Border Cats, so
Yeah.
anything can happen, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
With that, even if you don't make the team, do you think you'd try to make it out for a few games?
To watch?
Yes.
Oh, I think it could be entertaining. I mean, it could be something that's fun to go to. I mean, I think I watched the press conference they had, and they were talking about throwing bags in the parking lot and beach balls in the stands. But I grew up going to I grew up going to Long Beach Ice Dogs games, which were an old IHL and ACHL team, and they used to play the Detroit Vipers and stuff. But I also remember for a few seasons they had the Anaheim Bullfrogs, and the Anaheim Bullfrogs were part of Roller Hockey International, and I was too young to know what the level or quality of play was at the time. But no, that was fun. I mean, it was they played in the Arrowhead Pond where the Ducks play, and it was. I don't think it was ever sold out or full, But no, I mean, it could be a good experience. I mean, I could see it in McMorran, I guess. People are wearing sandals and flip flops if they're selling beer or whatever, and then beach balls and bags, and could have some good tailgates, I guess.
Yes. And that's where we're definitely trying to get to have. Excuse me. Sorry. With you guys, especially during the warm ones too.
There's not too many warm ones though. That's the problem. So I mean, it's nice that we have partners downtown like Casey's and stuff like that who we try to drive traffic into, and like they support us. We want to support them, so we want people going there before the games. Tailgaters going there. I know Kurt does he does a bus from tailgaters. So I mean, if people go in there and have a beer, they bus there and then they bus back after the game.
So we got this new pizza store coming downtown, Bella Bella.
Yeah. Joe's been talking to the owners there, and that should be really nice too. They it's like wood-fired pizza, I think, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, but yeah, I think that there's a lot of options. I mean, Casey's is within walking distance, so you can go there, grab some food, grab a beer, and then come to the game. And
I did get a request about 2 weeks ago about CJ's Bar and Grill out on Griswold.
Yep.
We'd like some posters with the schedules and pocket schedules.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we can definitely send some out there. I can head out there tomorrow or maybe like sometime this week for sure and get them some pocket schedules and stuff.
All right.
Another option for food is Big Boy in Fort Gratiot.
Right? Yeah. Big boy for Crash. That's where we're at.
They definitely really accommodate, and they do have the taco bar on Tuesday nights, so
Yeah.
all you can eat for $11.99. Can't beat that, right?
Okay, that was one of the questions we were asking Joe. How many chili dogs do you think you can eat?
Yes, because he did want to put us up against you guys.
Yes. I
So
told him I
You
could eat a
guys up
baker's
against
dozen.
us?
Yes.
I've already volunteered
I can eat
as a
that.
referee.
Yeah.
I can eat a baker's dozen.
Well, it has to be impartisan, so I'll be a referee as well.
That's wrong. Come on.
I'll be nonpartisan.
I'll nominate Joe against your best, I guess.
Well, he did put up himself and Austin Federley, so
Yeah, I bet Austin Federley could eat quite a few chili dogs.
if Austin, you're still watching, we're coming for you.
Look, so my best is a baker's dozen.
You guys might have to do how much of the all-you-can-eat taco bar you guys can do on Tuesday nights here.
Yeah,
Right.
I can eat a lot of those too.
That's a question we can ask Austin next week: is how many chili dogs he can eat.
We definitely need to keep that scheduled, especially for probably one of the home games, hopefully.
Yeah?
So,
Yeah. Well, yeah, I know this year they're having burrito eating contests again, too. Qdoba does that.
I ate 1.5.
Did you? So there you go.
And I still didn't win.
Is that, no, that's not the standing record then, huh?
No.
but he's trying. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Almost there.
He's gonna get it this year.
He's been training.
Before we go any further, we do have the home opener ticket giveaway that we do want to draw right now, because we are pushing an hour right now. So we have all the people that did enter in this hat right here, in these small little balled up balls. So we're gonna have Matt Graham pull one of them out. I'm gonna shake them up really quick though, because we don't want to have
I
anybody.
can't even see your hat 'cause it's camouflaged.
Here,
Anybody else?
go to this one.
There you go. Oh, God.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, guys.
Well, we've already eliminated 3.
There's one right by his heel.
You got him?
There's two over here, actually.
Got them all?
Here.
Oh, God, I just dropped it again.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's okay. They don't need to win anyway, whoever it is.
Oh, Mike, shut up.
Everybody deserves a chance to win.
There you go.
Okay.
So shake it up, and then
All right, at least it's not the camo hat, so I can see it.
Tried to get Prowler's hat here, but somebody left it at home.
Yeah. Randy Zwelch.
Randy
So-
Welch. Congratulations, Randy.
so Randy, if we will have your 2 tickets at home at will call for at the home opener for you. So congratulations, Randy.
Congrats, Randy.
So, any other questions, though, put them in right now before we end the broadcast. Is there anything that you want to tell Austin to expect next week?
Lots of surprises, right? Yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, yeah, just show up on time. He has a hard time showing up on time to the ranks sometimes, so, you know,
Uh-oh.
got to make sure he shows up on time here.
So I guess we just found something out about training camp, right?
No, I mean, yeah, just be prepared for anything, I guess, right?
And hopefully we will get to see a lot more players during training camp too. We will be there recording some. Excuse me, sorry. It's about getting to me, I swear, guys. We will be recording some more extra player interviews too at the training camp. So,
Yeah, it's definitely a good idea. I think like recording interviews and then like dropping them like later in the week or something like that.
Yep.
That's definitely something that's a good idea. Yeah, we'll have so just a little more about training camp. We'll have about 30 guys out there.
Austin Federley said, I'm always there before you anyways.
anyways, go on about training camp.
Oh, so we're expecting to have about 30 guys and then about 5 guys added from free agent camp this weekend. So like we are taking 5 guys from free agent camp this weekend. So if you haven't signed up, sign up now.
I posted it.
Yeah, definitely.
No, the winner.
Oh.
I posted it.
In the comments or on
In
the
comments.
page?
Not on the page yet, but it's in the comments.
Yeah,
Casey's
so
watching.
like I said, like 30 guys probably at training camp. Anyone's welcome to stop by. It is open to the public. We'll get these times published this week sometime, and then yeah, look forward to starting. So
Is there anybody unannounced right now that you guys have signed that you are able to tell us?
unannounced, I think everyone's been announced at least on transactions. So like we would have just gone through anyone who wouldn't have been announced at this point.
Okay.
But no, I mean, it's time of year right now where SPHL camps start officially tomorrow. So, you know, they're going to be making cuts this weekend, and then hopefully we can grab a few of those guys, you know, to round out our roster. And, yeah, I mean, we'll see. We have a couple guys up at SPHL training camp right now. Alex Johnson's up there in Birmingham, and then Austin Doe's up there as well. So, yeah, I mean, you never know what can happen. The goal is obviously for them to stick and, you know, see what happens. But, yeah, we could be getting them back. You never know. And if we don't get them back, then we obviously want to grab guys from there as well, too, to better ourselves.
Thank you for giving us in the know.
Yeah.
And hopefully, if we don't have any other questions, thank you for being on our show.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
me. I had fun.
And you guys do a great season.
Yeah.
So, all right.